Hello, friends. Tammy Flynn here, your on air advocate. And I am so excited today to finally be kicking off my new podcast series. So I want to take a moment right now to welcome each and every one of you to season 1 of 10 Minutes with Tammy. Now, these are shorty episodes that are here to give you actionable, quick, helpful tips, tools, and strategies to educate, advocate, and give lots of support to my fellow parents of children, teens, and young adults with special needs and complex medical conditions. Now, clearly, a lot of the topics we are going to be covering can help and support caregivers in general, but I wanted to make something super special that really targets from that beginning of the diagnosis all the way through the transition process into adulthood for my special needs families. Now, for many of you, you may have been following the On Air Advocate over the last 4 years and our broadcast slash podcast platform. Now, hopefully, if I get it all together, I'll be able to make this a broadcast as well. But sometimes this mama is a hot mess. And so it's a little bit easier for me to get those quick actionable tools out there if I am just recording. So right now, we're going to hang it right here with a podcast. But for those of you who this might be the first time that you are tuning in to the On Air Advocate, I just wanted to give you a little bit of background about myself, as well as how the On Air Advocate started and why it started. So the journey started almost 25 years ago when I had my son, Marcus, who was born with complex medical conditions, 24 to be exact, and special needs, which led me on this kind of crazy journey, like going through a jungle that had a hurricane, typhoon, and some kind of tornado storm in it when he was born, of trying to figure out how to navigate, advocate, and make it through this journey, making sure that we covered everything and that I left no stone unturned. But if you can imagine, 25 years ago, there wasn't all the Google searches out there. There wasn't all of the different foundations and platforms to go on to actually get actionable step-by-step strategies for like going into your IEP sessions, or for going to the doctor, or questions to ask, or any of those things. Basically, when he got his diagnoses, I was handed a brochure and told to call a number to get some services. And that was about it. There was not YouTube to go on and look up a whole bunch of other parents or even support groups on Facebook or any of those things. And so at that point, this whole journey of the last 25 years, I have found in every area of special needs parenting, there has been gaps. And whether that be through the schooling process, whether that be through building care teams, through advocacy, through how to get the supportive service and what they're looking for and how to implement it and how to do it, there have just been so many gaps. In addition to that, which I'm going to fill you in a little bit about my family, is I am the mother of 4. And so at that time, when Marcus was young, his siblings were also young and running around from place to place, having these stacks of paper that they would hand me with a brochure to read was not always the easiest way for me to be able to take in that information. And so I found a huge gap in that auditory area of being able to pop an earbud in, whether we're at the hospital or driving to school or wherever it may be, to be able to take in that info. And that is why I had launched the On Air Advocate, trying to give people education and resources and also collaboration with others on their journey, and whether that's in the arena of disability, mental health conditions, chronic illness, for adults, for children, and special needs families. And so the On Air Advocate obviously took off. We have over 300 episodes. And so that has served and served so well. And that will keep serving at that level where it's very, very broad. But I wanted to come back, I guess, to my roots. And the reason I started the On Air Advocate was the impact and what I wanted to be able to provide for my fellow special needs families, because it is a journey. Like I always say, it is not a sprint, it is a marathon, and you better grab your water bottle of patience and grace while you are on the way, because you're going to need a lot of it. And so, wanting to walk hand in hand with you guys and be able to be in your ear, hopefully once a week, is really what my goal is as I set forward for 2022. And at the end of 2022, I have some other super special things coming for my special needs families as well. Now, this podcast is going to be kept as those quick, shorty episodes, 10 minutes. And you know, if you watch me on the On Air Advocate, I like to talk a lot. So actually, I'm going to plan them out so that I can hit my points and get you guys those actionable tools for you to take off with and not lose track. Now, jumping back, as you can see, I jump around, jumping back to a little bit about my background and self. Aside from having my son Marcus, that I spoke about, and being the mama bear to 4 amazing adults, I am also the grandma to 1, as well as I have been the full-time caregiver for 2 of my elderly loved ones. I have worked directly within the hospital system in patient care, patient advocacy as well. I've also done special needs advocacy, directly working within the school system and with families. So in all different aspects of it, not only being mama bear myself, I've also traveled the journey with many other families, whether that be in the hospital setting or within the school setting. So I am just super excited to get this first episode done. And let me tell you, even though I've done 300 episodes, this feels like it's the first episode. I'm excited to be able to have this platform where we can talk about trials, tribulations, and triumphs. And I can give you a little bit more of the transparent Tammy, which I think will help you when you are in different situations. There's a lot of what I bring to the regular broadcast, like I said, is very, very uniformed to be able to get that information directly about the different conditions out to the public. So I am excited to be launching this. I am excited for you guys to come along with me on this journey. And I hope that I am able to provide you with those tools and strategies and resources to help you navigate along this journey, to build stronger care teams, to build that foundation of advocacy that's going to help you in every area from the beginning of the diagnosis all the way through the transition period and adulthood, and for us to really have the opportunity to have some heart to hearts. So with that, I don't know how many minutes that I talked, but I've tried a couple recordings of this, being transparent. I am just excited to be kicking this off. So I hope that you will stick with me once a week, stick me in your ear and take me along with you. Now, as we travel this journey, I will get more specific on the day each week that the podcast will drop. As of right now, I'm getting this done and starting to work on my first month of the series for you all. So with that, I want to thank you all for hopping on to the first episode of 10 Minutes with Tammy. Season 1 is here, and I'm excited. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you for being here and being a part of it with me. Thanks so much, guys. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.